Secret of how everyone is going on vacations but you? That is crazy. That is so much debt. I'm back. Handsome Financials back. Talk about finances. Let's just get right into it this video. Vacation. We're going to talk about summer vacation, vacation in general, and how so many people go into debt while taking on these vacations. Don't believe me? Let's take a look.
Last year, I racked up $35,000 in credit card debt by going on a lot of trips that I didn't have the money to go on. Now, if you're doing the same thing, this is not a call out, this is a call in.
So, case in point, very first video right here. She did a ton of vacation last year and she racked up $35,000 in credit card debt going on vacations alone. One, what kind of vacations and how many vacations did she take to put that much debt on a credit card is just mind-boggling in my own opinion. But secondly, that's gonna take her forever to pay off. And now guess what? Now she's stuck trying to pay off this debt, and I'm sure there's interest on that credit card debt that she did.
Average vacation cost for one person in the United States is a little under $2,000 per week.
More than a third of summer vacationers, 36%, are willing to take on debt this summer for their travels. The reason that's worrisome is because the average
36% of Americans are going into debt just to go on vacation. That's nearly 40% of people that want to go on vacations are going into debt. That's a problem. That's a problem, people. We need to stop doing that. Guess what? Instead of going to debt for these vacations, why don't we just save up the money? So let's say you want to go on a trip. Let's just say you want to go to the Bahamas. You have whatever, how much it's going to cost. Let's just say $1,000. And you got 6 months that you want to go on the trip. Guess what? Divide that $1,000 by 6. And that's how much money you should save every single month to pay for that vacation in cash. Problem solved. Now you have no debt to go on the vacation.
I have over $16,000 in credit card debt, and my husband and I are still going to take a vacation this year. We're heading to Vegas with some friends in September for my best friend's husband's 30th birthday. I have never been to Vegas. My husband has because he was stationed out there a few times while he was in the Air Force.
Okay.
And we're so excited.
Okay.
But even though...
First what pops in my head with this video is arrogant. I'm sorry. Sorry, I said it. You know that you're in debt. You're going to still go on a vacation anyway. And to top it all off, the place that you're going to vacation is Las Vegas, where you're probably gonna gamble. Not saying that she's not going, that they're not going to gamble, but why else would you go to Vegas if you're not gonna gamble? And more likely than not, you're gonna lose the money that you gamble because the house always wins. Come on, people. Boom, 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 boom. You're in debt. You basically don't care. You're gonna still go on vacation, and the vacation stop that you're gonna go to is going to be in Las Vegas, where you're probably again gonna gamble and lose even more money. Next.
With everything going on right now, how are y'all affording these trips? Y'all told me y'all was broke.
So, I'll tell you how they're all doing it. Even though that they're broke, they're going into debt. They're basically putting on credit cards. They're probably doing personal loans, maybe payday loans. Hopefully not payday loans. Those are very expensive. They're basically just taking out debt to go on vacation. Secrets out there. People who are broke say they're broke. You're like, shoot, how are they affording that when they're always complaining about money, but yet they're going on this vacation? Because they're probably putting on debt. And guess what? When you put on credit card debt or something like that, it's going to cost you even more money than the cost of the vacation, because you got to pay back that money, and the money has interest. And if you put it on a credit card, those credit cards have minimum of like 20-22%, and some of them go up in the 30s or low 30%. So you basically got to tack on that extra interest, extra percentage on top of your vacation costs, because you got to pay that back. Not smart. Don't do that. Save up. Pay your vacations in cash.
35 years old, paying off $169,000 in debt. Yes, I'm going on a Disney cruise, so help me pack for my trip. I know this is going to push a lot of people's buttons, but you can pay off debt and still live your life. What that looks like?
They're $169,000 in debt, and yet they are still going on a Disney cruise. I think this video left me speechless. I don't know what to say. Like, you need to pay that debt off first before going on a Disney cruise line. Wow. Like I said, I'm just looking at it because I just don't know what to say about this person. I'm like, you need to pay off the debt. Save the money to pay on the vacation. Again, you can budget every single month to pay for the vacation in cash. You don't need to take out debt to do it. And if you do have debt, then guess what? You don't need to be going on vacation. If you have debt, vacation is considered a want, not a need. And when you have that much debt, you want to pay off that debt. Pay your needs first. Got to have those needs, and whatever money's left over, that money needs to go into the debt and pay that debt off. Your wants get thrown in the back seat for now. They go throw out the window until you pay off that debt. That is crazy. That is so much debt.
You're not going on vacation. You're in debt. You're broke. You're not going out to eat. You're in debt. You're broke.
I mean, I couldn't have said it any better myself. If you have debt, you're broke. If you have debt, you shouldn't be going on vacation. You shouldn't be eating out. You shouldn't be anything. That debt needs to be paid off first. Gosh, I mean, he just summed it up perfectly. Technically, you're broke because you don't have money because you keep borrowing money to pay for stuff. So in my mind, that's broke. If you're in that situation, no vacation. Sorry.
Would you go into debt to go on vacation? A recent survey found 1 in 5 summer travelers plan to take on debt for their vacation. And a separate survey found 45% of parents with young...
Not another video talking about how many people are going into debt to go on vacation. This one is talking specifically about Disney, going into debt to go to Disney. 45 of parents, 45%, almost half of the people going to Disney are going to Disney knowing they got to take out debt in order to go to Disney. That is just crazy. Again, save your money, then go on the trip to Disney. I know you want to make the memories with your families and everything like that, but I mean, like, come on, save your money first and then go on it. You're going to be thinking about how am I going to pay for Disney the entire trip once you get back, or in truly, like, shoot, I just spent $7,000 on this Disney trip, and now how am I going to pay it all back? You don't want to feel that. If you would have saved up for a year or two, that is way more manageable, and you can save the money. And then when you go on that Disney trip or that big trip you've been planning, it's all paid for. You don't have to worry about it on the trip. Even after the trip, you don't feel depressed because now you have to figure out how you just basically pay off all that spending. That is crazy. And again, I'm not against taking your family or your kids to Disney or your vacation. I'm just saying doing the smart financial way and save up for it. Eventually, one day, I want to take my family down to Disney as well. But guess what? Whatever date we decide, I'm going to start saving as far as I can so that way I can pay it all off in cash and then I don't have to worry about it when the time comes. Okay. This video eked me the wrong way, if I'm being completely honest with you all. This video, sorry I had to mute it, there was music in there and so obviously I don't want to get copyrighted. But this video right here, a family of 3 with a baby borrowed money from, I don't know if it's his parents or it was his parents or her parents, not really sure. Borrowed $2,000 to go on a business flight just to experience it. Experience a business flight. And they said, oh, for 6 hours, you know, we got to enjoy the expensive snacks, the expensive drinks. For $2,000, you borrowed from your parents to just experience a flight that you have a baby, a 1-year-old, that's not going to remember this at all because they're too little, so that basically is out the window. Just so that you can experience it, have a little bit more leg room. Guess what? Right here, I have all the leg room that I want. I can go make myself a nice drink, get some nice snacks. For $2,000, I probably get like one of the best bottles of wine ever, the best whiskeys, best tequila, whatever you want. For that amount of money, heck, I could have that with a side of lobster, filet mignon, a ribeye, calamari, like whatever you want for $2,000. And plus, you borrowed it from family. See, I don't recommend people borrowing from family because sometimes that can get icky and it can kind of get into people's relationships. So I don't recommend that. Not everyone, it doesn't happen to everyone, but I don't really recommend that. And then now you owe your parents, and that's just weird. And again, $2,000 just so that you could experience a business first class. Again, they have no regrets. Come on.
Meh. And maybe $112,000.
Another video just talking about I have $112,000 in debt. I'm going on vacation. Who cares? Next.
Serious question. How are any of you affording to go on vacations? How are you doing it? I just want to know the secret. How are you doing it? Tell me.
Come here. You want to know the secret? The secret of how everyone is going on vacations but you? Come here. It's because they're going into debt. They're putting on credit cards, personal loans, even payday loans, or from the last video, maybe they're borrowing from family. Sorry, secret's out. That's how they're doing it. That's how everyone's affording it, is they're taking out debt to go on these vacations. And like I said earlier, it's costing them about 20 to 30% more money for the vacation because they got to put it on debt because they don't have the cash. They didn't save up. So that's the secret. It's out there. Most likely credit cards. That's probably the most common one, if I'm being honest with you. That's my opinion, but I bet you most people that go on vacations, put on debt, is probably credit cards. And again, those credit card interest rates are one of the highest.
You're happy, of course, vacation season. Yeah. A lot of people go out and about, but would you go in debt for your children to experience Disney? According to a survey.
Like, I mean, at this point, I don't know what else to say. I mean, again, another video talking about how people are willing and knowing to go into debt just to go to Disney. Again, save up your money. You can save up for it. figure out how long it's going to take you, save up for it, go on this vacation, don't go into debt. It's just mind-boggling to me, the high percentage of people, of Americans, that actually take on debt to go on vacation. Stop doing it. Stop it. Stop.
Quick question to all my traveling people out there. What do y'all use to like buy now, pay later for your flights? Like I know they have Afterpay, Klarna, all that good stuff.
All right, so this one's a little interesting. This lady is trying to figure out how can she buy a flight, put money, like a deposit down the flight, and then pay the rest of it later. I don't know if that exists, to be honest with you. I've never actually seen that type of thing. Maybe it does exist, I don't know. It probably does. And she's talking about how she's tried to Affirm, Afterpay, all those ones, and they don't work for her. Probably because she doesn't pay them off or pay them back in time, and so she get probably extra fees on top of it. And she talked about how low her credit score is. And newsflash, if you can't pay for your flight ticket all at once, then you probably should not be going on the flight. Again, I'm just trying to be honest. Be honest with you all out there. If you can't afford the flight, then you shouldn't be able to go on the flight to the vacation. Don't try and figure out how to say, you can put just $20 down and pay the other $100 for the flight. Again, flights are more expensive, just an example. Start saving 5, 6, 7 months for that flight, and then you can pay it off in cash. Don't do this. Don't try and find these systems.
Hello.
All right, so this one irked me as well. Scrolling through here, found this one. Again, they say as an emergency fund available up to $15,000. One is probably a scam. So first off, don't even comment. Don't do anything. Don't reach out to this person. I'm sure it's a scam or other people like this. It's probably not true. If it is true, then I'm sure they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for that $15,000 loan that they say for emergency fund, but they're probably going to be boasting it like it's for a vacation or something like that. But don't do that. It's going to be very expensive. And again, first off, it's probably a scam, so don't do that. Again, save for your vacations. Definitely don't do this. Don't really ever take out a payday loan for vacation, because those interest rates are going to be like 100, 200, 300% interest just to pay that off. So don't do that either. This was like, I can't believe someone actually posted this on TikTok. And again, my first thought about this is, guess what? But someone probably fell for it, or else they wouldn't keep posting about these type of videos. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for me for Handsome Financial. Again, talking about vacations and how people take out debt to go on vacation. Don't do it. Save up. I know all my viewers out there are smart. Thank you for that. If you guys like this video, please give it a like. Please give this video a comment. If you comment below, I'll try to read some of the comments on my next video with y'all. And if you do like my channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate you all out there. Well, you all have a good one out there.